triathlon, it was a hard no, and I broke. And I'm like, fine, triathlon. Ultra triathlon, where you do back-to-back?
I'll kill you, dude. I'll kill us.
Kill us. You know what? I'm having suicidal thoughts now, dude.
Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. We're so happy you're here. Without you, we would probably be doing something, I would say, maybe more fun.
Like what?
Like maybe like sports. We'd be filling our days differently.
We'd be doing sports.
I love doing sports, dude. Sometimes I do.
You're over 35.
I'm 35.
I mean, you're over 35.
What does that mean?
You're 36 in October. It's a month away. You're over 35, dude.
Oh, come on, man.
Practically
Don't do this.
36.
All right, well then thank you for keeping us from doing sports. I would be hurt if not for y'all.
Yeah.
Do us a favor, please. Give us $5 a month on our Patreon. Patreon.com/Hesby Street. We need it. We need it more than you know. And you get an extra episode every week. And those are the better episodes. Sometimes. It's tough to know. Also follow us on Instagram at Hesby Street Pod. Check out our website, HesbyStreetPod.com, for live dates. I'll be out of town. Zack will be out of town. If you're in that town, you can come see us. Also, please support our sponsor, Spindrift. We love them.
All right, let's just start some music.
Okay. How you living, man? You got that?
That music hits.
Oh, has it got it? I thought you were enjoying the LaCroix, the tangerine LaCroix.
No.
What makes you pick? Do you pick the LaCroix or does your wife? The flavors.
This pack was just picked up by my wife.
It's always tough for me picking. This is a boring conversation.
I know, we're becoming old guys.
We're 35-year-olds.
What kind of LaCroix have you been liking
sometimes
lately?
I'm like, passion fruit today.
Right.
But then I say that going in, and then I get there, and the grapefruit, the pamplemousse calls my name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I had no idea.
What
a wild day we're having.
We suck.
We do suck.
Pre-pandemic, we'd be talking about hard seltzer flavors.
That's
I'd be
right.
like, black cherry sucks,
Black
but
cherry?
it fucks me up more. I think they ferment the cherries longer.
Why can't they put the mango in the variety pack? I have to buy 12 mango. Then by the end, I hate mango.
Yeah. Get it together, Bon and Viv.
Can't wait till some Bud Light comes out with a seltzer. Then they do. It's not as good as you thought.
No, it's not. And then Topo Chico flipped the game on its goddamn face.
How so?
They're good. And they're like, we do seltzer water. We
true.
can make it hard.
But then Cutwater took it to the next step.
They're like, fuck seltzer.
They're like, dude, guys, we can just straight up get you fucked up on one can.
This is a cocktail.
Yeah.
This is a cocktail in a can.
Seltzer, that's malt liquor. They're tricking you.
Yeah.
This is straight tequila.
Yeah. It just says alcohol on the back of seltzer.
Yeah.
Like rubbing. Mm-hmm.
You drunk? You having fun? Shut the fuck up. It was $1.99.
It showed up in vats. It arrived on one of those shipping barges from like China or Russia. We mix it in the vat. Whenever someone says the vat, do you think they're about to say the Vatican?
Never. What do you visualize when they say the vat? You think Vatican City?
I think someone's like, dude, so we're making our own barley wine.
Uh-huh.
And so we just ordered these giant vats. Akin cities.
Oh, wow. So how many? That seems expensive.
Yeah.
Do they all have their own Sistine Chapel, or what's the...
Yeah, they're giant.
Oh, wow.
Everything's bigger.
And you could afford that?
No. No. Took out a business loan. They're loaning these days.
They are. It's a good time to be loaning.
It's a good time.
The interest rates are bad.
It's a good time to have a plan.
When the interest rates are bad, they give out more loans.
I
feel like
it.
They're like, let's get this idiot. Mm-hmm. When I hear vat, I immediately picture whatever the Joker fell into. That's a vat of a vat of acid. The Jack Nicholson Joker.
Oh, he
From
fell
the original
into. I forgot what happened.
He fell into what I'm considering a vat.
Dude, it's kind of a spoiler.
From the 1989 Batman.
I was getting to it. It was in the queue.
Happens first scene. It's not even like a twist.
So his face isn't normal. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man.
His face is normal.
No, it's like weird because he holds the mirror. They do like the plastic surgery. That part used to scare me as a kid. He's like, you fucked up my face.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you could do
Now
Jack
I'm going to
Nicholson.
wear a purple suit and a gun with a long barrel.
Oh, this is my favorite. And
Okay. Still be good at crime.
Okay, so now do Jack Nicholson as Forrest Gump. This is my favorite thing on the pod.
You're fine, Bubba. We're going to get home, Bubba. There's lots of shrimp. I don't know many Forrest Gump quotes.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, there's some good ones. Like, I was running Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream.
Wait, what is it?
Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream.
Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream.
Ice cream.
He holds up ice cream and licks
Lieutenant
it.
Dan Ice Cream.
And he licks it.
And he licks it.
Yeah.
He's just excited about ice cream. He's a simple man.
Well,
A little too simple.
that's what people worry about.
Yeah.
That job should have gone to someone who was simple.
It was a different time. It was a different time, the 90s. It was different.
Yeah.
It was we had our innocence, pre 9/11.
We
We,
white people?
all people.
Dude, I got called not white. Made my day.
Nice, dude.
I was working at Crack 'em Up Thursdays. It's like an all-black show at the Comedy Store. And this dude was hanging in the back. And he was like, you remember my name? And I was like, yeah, I remember your name. Andrew. I'd seen him the night before. And he was like, yeah, I remember yours too, Zack. I'm like, oh, nice. He's like, you know how I remember it? I'm like, no. And he's like, because you're not white and you got a white-ass name. And I was looking around like, is someone... Torio.
Say that again.
Hold
Give
on.
me your phone
Hold
out.
on.
It was funny, like, you were working the back door, and so people would come up, and if they had the wrong tickets, we have to tell them to go to your little station.
Uh-huh.
Zach and I work at the Comedy Store now, and
Yes.
not in the cool way.
The Comedy Store on Sunset.
Hollywood, the world famous. And so we would be like, yeah, you just go around the corner, you look for the Moroccan guy.
Did you guys say that?
Yeah, mostly because they're probably like, oh, and they're just like, oh, totally cool. But I like to think in their head, they're like, I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, it's gonna be. I picture a lot of people. Like, I hope a lot of people came up to you like, are you the Moroccan guy?
And I'd be like, I'm Tunisian. Why? Fuck Morocco.
Yeah, I'm Algerian.
Russian. Still Russian.
Everything's Russian with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am Russian. I'm
dude,
here on the island of Jamaica.
I'm here in Jamaica.
I'm here too.
Welcome to Sandals, Jamaica.
Hey, man, they're everywhere.
Who?
Russians.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
They're running.
They're running from something. From all those dash cam videos. Russian dash cam videos should be a channel.
Did you know they invaded Ukraine?
No.
Yeah, like
I did see that on a dash
7
cam.
months ago. Oh, you saw it on the dash cam?
Yeah.
Crazy. It was a tank dash cam?
Yeah. The horse ran by. I'm like, what's that horse doing? Oh my God. Is this a demilitarized zone they just passed through? So there's this crazy guy I met. Best energy ever. Old, like Italian guy kind of guy. And he walks up to me and goes like, hey man, I got to ask you a question. Hey, I'm going to sound like an asshole.
What's the setting? Are you at a comedy show?
I'm at the Comedy Store.
Got it.
In the back.
I feel like a lot of our stories will be here for a little bit. It won't last forever.
I know.
It's a new in our life.
Well, until we quit.
Until we quit or get fired.
Yeah.
I'm pushing some boundaries financially over there. If I'm being honest, I feel like I feel like you get to use the I'm a new guy, I didn't know excuse one big time.
Yeah.
And I'm taking advantage of it early.
Yeah, I saw you going through other people's envelopes of cash, and you said cash and grab. I thought we do cash and grab.
Is that
They're
not...
like, what is cash and grab? Oh, are we not?
Are we not?
Okay.
I'm new guy.
I didn't know we couldn't do cash and grab.
All right, then me and this bottle of tequila are just going to go back to my post, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't know.
I don't know. Do you see the in training badge? We don't have those. I wrote it. I just wrote it in Sharpie on my shirt. All right, Torio.
In training. I would love to see that you doing stand-up with a shirt that says in training.
All right, you meet an Italian guy.
Old, he's not even Italian, but it's like that crazy kind of guy energy, you know? So he walks up and he's kind of got that like fake Hollywood look to him, where like his hair is a little too red, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like dyed and maybe plugs and maybe a little tan. Mm-hmm. And he looks pretty like well put together. Like nice, clean, like baby blue sweater, you know, simply dressed. And he walks up to me and goes, hey, how you doing, man? And I go, good. He's like, hey, I want to ask you a question about this place. I know I'm going to sound like an asshole. And I'm like, you're not going to sound like an asshole. What's your question? He goes, how does the open mic night work? You know, it's potluck. And I go, yeah, he's like, you email on Friday and you come on Monday. I'm like, yeah, you email. He's like, what are the odds? I'm like, I don't know exact statistics. Sometimes they get back to you. Sometimes they don't.
Bad.
They're not great.
Just so everyone knows.
And he goes, because, you know, I got my act, and I want to come here, but I could go to Laugh Factory at open mic. I could go to the Improv open mic. I want to come here because this is the place.
I love it. He's trying to get you to be like, want him.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, you
Wait,
could
before you go anywhere.
Before you go to the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
Let me talk to some people.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is he gives it up because he goes, which I already knew this, but he goes, I could go to Laugh Factory on Tuesday. I could go to the Improv mic on Tuesday and have the bookers are there too. But I want to come here first. And I go, well, ours is Monday.
Yeah, so that is first.
First, depending on when you start your calendar.
Yeah.
He's like, I start my calendar on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's
this
the
would
last day of the week.
So
Monday.
if I go then I can't come till the next Monday. That's 13 days away. Like, well, you certainly could still because it is a different day.
So he sounds like a vet comic. And there are these people in the world of comedy where they're like, you can't see every comedian. And comedy online is like people posting their stand-up clips on social media is relatively new for our career. So there could be a lot of guys that maybe like were the headliner of a show that we were a new open micer at, and they've still been doing comedy this whole time, but they're not active on the socials.
They're stuck where they are.
Yeah, so he kind of gave off that vibe of like a guy that's like, dude, he's got some fucking decades under his belt, and he's a comic. And he goes, let me tell you, man, people are going up on these mics and they don't got 3 minutes. I got the perfect 3 minutes. I've been working on it. And I'm like, that's great. Yeah, you need to have a good 3 minutes of stand-up. He goes, I've been working on this. You know how long I've been working on this 3 minutes? 6 months. It's a long time. I go, that is a long time. And I'm thinking like, I'm sorry. Are you 6 months into stand-up comedy? Walking to the Comedy Store and going, I could be down at the Laugh Factory right now. Giving them this 3.
To be clear,
I can't get those 6 months back.
and when he says 6 months, do you think he's even performed it?
I'm
That's
not
my
sure.
question. Or has he just been saying it in the mirror?
He does.
And to be clear, 6 months is not a long time.
It's not. It's really not.
It's really not.
You haven't even started
You can't
stand-up
even
yet.
make a human being in 6 months.
If you were doing stand-up for 6 months, which this has happened to me before, and then I went to an open mic and it went well, people are like, damn, you just started? It's your first time? I said, well, I've done like a few. I'm like 6 months. And they went, oh, it's your first time.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, it means you haven't started yet. Still.
No.
So then you know me, nice Zack. I'm here with you, man. I'm here with you, crazy person.
Yeah.
So I hang with him and saddle up alongside, get on his fucking crazy idea train. And then he goes, I'm probably gonna. There's like 3 more times where he goes, I'm probably gonna sound like an asshole. You're probably gonna think I'm an asshole. And I'm like, I don't think you're an asshole. I think you're a very nice, out of touch person. And then he goes, these comics, they all sound the same. You ever see that? Like, they all start sounding like each other. And I go, I do see that. I'm giving him the benefit of every doubt. I'm filled with doubt. He gets all benefit.
Right.
And so then he goes,
This job's going to break you as a human being, man.
So then he goes, you got to be, can I tell you one thing? And you're probably going to think I'm an asshole. Be different. And wait, I go, yeah, you're right. You got to be different. And he goes, you know what I do? I wear a costume.
He has costume change. I know this guy. I had talked to this guy. So I was so worried it was going to be this guy because he comes into me and he goes.
You just said he comes into me. We can't.
He comes into the room over to me and he's like, hey, I got some questions. I'm going up next week on Monday. He says he's going up.
Oh,
and
because he did say I have Quincy's number. And I was like, go ahead and call Quincy and see what he can do for you.
I was
you have his number. That curse is his.
He's like, can I bring a bag on stage? And I'm like, can you bring a bag on stage? And I was like, I don't really understand the question. I was like, what do you mean by that?
Right.
And he's like, can I bring like a laptop sized bag on stage? And I was like, with you? Or like, you can bring it up with you as long as you take it off with you. I don't know what's going to be in this bag.
Can I leave it there for months?
Yeah. Can I bring it up there tonight? It stays there till Monday.
Yeah.
And he's like, because I got to do 3 costume changes. Only 3 minutes. I can't get more. Like, I don't think you can get the 3 minutes. Quite honestly. Right. There's like 1,000 people that send their email in and they pick 12 and nobody knows you.
Yeah.
But I was like, sure, if you get your name on that list, you want to bring a bag up with you, go for it, bud.
Yeah.
I'm going back to work.
Yeah. Oh, that was where it ended?
Yeah.
You were just like, dude, bring whatever you want.
Bring whatever you want, man.
I want TSA security, Torio.
Yeah.
Where you go, I got this bag. I've been putting stuff in it for months. And you're like, you know what? I don't want it x-rayed because I'm not ready to show the world. You're like, just walk with it.
I'd be
man.
like, where are you flying? And then they're like, Philly? I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't give a fuck. I don't fly to Philly.
You point behind him. Do you want to go to Philly? You can go. I'll write a note or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he. So then it ends with him. His third and final. I'm not an ass. I'm gonna sound like an asshole. Is
Right.
him convincing me I need to wear a costume. He goes, "You a comedian?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Wear a costume, man." And I'm looking around like someone be here.
I want
Someone
him
be
to
here
go
with
up
me.
so bad. I want to see 3 costume changes in 3 minutes, he said.
Oh, really?
He's like, I got to do 3 costume changes. 3 minutes isn't really a lot of time.
It's certainly not a lot of time
That's
for
all
3
the time.
outfits.
That's all the time, I think.
Do they all dissolve?
Why do you do a costume? I don't even know the idea of a costume change mid stand-up set. I'll tell you what, it's different.
If I can only imagine a Superman chest, Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve, Superman, or the breakaway basketball pants.
Yeah, tearaway basketball pants.
Yeah.
Those were the shit back in the day.
Shit.
And then tearaway underwear. Mm-hmm. And then tearaway dick.
Yeah. Tearaway condom was problematic.
That was weird.
Yeah, because...
And starting at 6 foot something from the Sonoma State University. Weighing in at it's not important. It fluctuates. Are we in a weight loss challenge or
Water
not?
weight is a thing.
Something.
I gotta always do the G so you don't clown me.
Yeah, you're just
still
a,
doesn't
you're just
come
a
out
college. You're an NBA announcer, and you're like 6'6" point guard from Grambling State.
Bramble State.
My favorite tough part is there's a college football player right now who's very good, and his last name is Orororo.
It's amazing.
Ohrororo.
Well, I could.
And they keep having to go like, and another nice play by Orororo. And Orororo's having a great game, and just watching them do it.
Dude, I couldn't say Andrew Arolfo's name for years.
What'd you say?
I pronounced it wrong all the time, and I just like couldn't. I knew it was Arolfo. I had to finally sit down. There's a comic, Andrew Arolfo, great comic.
Andrew
Arolfo.
Nice.
And it took me. I had to sit down and have like a session with myself.
Oh, really?
Where I was like, "Oh, Rolfo, oh, Rolfo." Yeah.
And so your roommate just walks by, and you're like, the comedian?
I'm like, keep walking, bro. You know what this house is. We're not a chatty roommates.
You're looking in the mirror in your bathroom. Shut the door. Oh, Rolfo. Yeah, there are some comics that like are big names with tough names, and it makes me nervous. Like, I hope I never have to open for them.
Christina Pajitsky, so she was one of the first headliners I opened for. Said her name right. Took me forever to figure it out. And then
Christina P?
Yes.
How do you say it?
Pajitsky.
Pajitsky.
So then I opened for her again. I introduced her as Christina Pajitsky. And then after the show, because we're doing a whole weekend ago, she's like, I'm Christina P now. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I put in way too much work for you to be Christina Pajitsky.
Let me show you my notebook.
Yeah.
And you like wrote it in crayon 20 times.
Yeah. You're not Christina. You could be Christina P next week.
Yeah. Right.
This
you need
week?
a different opener
Yeah.
then. One of my first times hosting the comic was going up was Daya Lakshmanorianan.
That's not even right.
That's not? What is it?
It's Daya Lakshmanar.
Lakshmanorianan.
Yeah.
So,
I think.
yeah,
Now
I think
I'm
I'm right.
questioning it.
Maybe it's between there.
Yeah.
But when you bring someone up on stage, if you don't know, in stand-up, you go up to the person before they're about to take the stage and you say anything you want for your intro. Mm-hmm. And usually comedians play it humble. Or either they're humble or they don't want to be so overhyped that they can't deliver with their new shitty material, you know? So you'll be like, do you want me to say anything? You can say, just say Hesby Street podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's like, they're like, that's it? And you're like, you could say like a TV thing or Comedy Central or whatever. But I go up to Daya Lakshmanorian. I'm like, how do I say your name? She goes, it's Daya Lakshmanorian. And then I go, okay, great. And she goes, and I say, and any credits? And I'm hoping at this point, like, say no.
Right.
Because your last name is the length of a name and credits.
And I have to do my set.
And I have to be a comedian.
I have to remember all of this in 3 seconds
And I'm new.
after I'm done with my joke.
Yes. So she goes, say I was in Comedy Central Asia and like 3 other things. And I'm like, all 3? All right. I'm not getting your name right then.
Yeah.
And I'm probably not getting 2 of those things right.
I don't even say Hesby Street, which I probably should just to get the name out there. But
Yeah.
I'm like, generic, please.
Yeah, people don't.
I just hate it. I just hate the idea of like.
I feel bad for hosts that everyone on the lineup is going, say whatever you want. And they're like,
I love that.
I've
as a
said
host.
I have a really good friend. This next comment's a really good friend of mine.
I mean, I don't.
It's a favorite in town.
I guess I don't host much anymore, but I'm just like, next guy, next person, lady, person, guy.
Give it
funny,
up.
Give it up. Keep it going.
Electric. It's a fun time. This is you going, I don't want to host for much longer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be good at this because if people find out I'm good at this, I have to do it more.
And I don't host anymore. I'm a feature now, baby.
Yeah. And you do that with work too.
I do
Where
that
like,
with work.
I don't want to, you would like break something and I go, dude, you're like, then I won't do it anymore. And we all win.
Listen, man, if I find out where the broom is, then I'm the guy that they're asking to grab the broom. All right? So it's like I can't just be knowing where brooms are. I go in every day and just flip switches. Some are right, some are wrong.
Yeah.
You want them all on?
Yeah.
That's a different guy. You want some on? I got you. I got enough.
you.
There's enough lights on.
Right.
I do enough switches till it looks okay.
Yeah.
And then it start the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. Come to the world famous Hollywood Comedy Store.
Most of the lights will be on.
Some will.
I can't promise most.
Some of the ones you want off will be on. Some of the ones you want on will be off. And that's the magic of comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you really do know how to exert. You're like an energy exertion expert where you're like, this exertion will not come back in my favor.
Listen, you think you're, this is what the audience wants.
You're like a deep sea
they
diver.
need to be comfortable. You know, if
Okay.
everything's done right, that's a level.
It's jarring.
It's jarring. You know, that's what you want at like if you're at maybe a fancy restaurant or you're going to outer space
Oh, even at a fancy
or
restaurant.
in your airplane. You want everything to be dialed in.
Airplane, yeah.
At the comedy show, you
On
want,
the ground.
yeah, the comedy show on the ground. You want things to be a little like it could be wrong. This a little dangerous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A little you want some like
A crazy person getting on stage. Security wasn't looking.
there it is. Exposed wires.
They have a knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is fun. Yeah, you were like a deep sea diver. Like you just, those people that sport, which is like the dumbest
Like
sport to me.
spelunking?
No,
No, in
like
the water.
It's the straight rope down. They have like and they just hold their breath. It's the stupidest sport. But I guess it's about pushing yourself, so
Yeah,
it does
sounds
make it a
hard.
sport.
Do people drown?
You die. Well, they get bends.
Oh yeah, no.
So you know what that is?
Yeah, I wouldn't want. I don't do deep water.
Do you know what bends is?
I know yes. You go too deep.
No. It is
It's not the water pressure thing.
It is a water pressure thing, but it's not because you go too deep.
Too long?
It's because you go
Up too fast.
up too
there
fast.
It is, right.
And oxygen bubbles form in your
Yeah.
brain, and then you just like have a seizure at the top, and you like can't breathe.
Yeah. And then you lose in this sport, or is that a win?
That you could have won.
You could have won. You
and
can
be
get the bends.
seizing because like you're up. You went to the deepest point and you did get back up. And someone's like, "Damn it! I lost to a guy who got the bends."
Well,
I came in second because I didn't want it bad enough.
my brother was telling me about how like they think that athletes, like extreme athletes, are gonna start dying because you've seen it a little bit on the soccer field and even like some runners where it's like we're pushing ourselves
Too much.
Well, we're mentally figuring that out. That like the body. God, I wish I knew more about it. Maybe I'll look into this more and
Okay.
bring it back. But it's something to the point of like
We're too extreme.
we're too extreme, and we're smart enough now to know how to push our brains beyond
Right.
past that survival mechanism.
Right. So
You know?
our brain was kind of setting these perimeters for us.
keep
That's
you
like
alive.
playing here.
And now we're with all the
With all these alpha bro podcasts where they're like,
Yeah.
your brain is your biggest weapon. And
Yeah.
the brain's like, no. Dude, I'm like a pussy.
Yeah.
I'm designed to be a pussy.
Yes. Yep.
Like heights, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know? We're down here, we survive.
You gotta stop tricking me.
Dude, like scary
doing-
movies
yeah.
before bed, we're not doing it, dude. Because you sleep and then I'm on my own out there. I'm on my own. There's a lady with hair coming out of her face that looks like your grandma.
I didn't want that, but you had to watch some. You were barely watching. Half of your brain was in the cell phone, but the back here of the brain
I'm catching
was
all of
watching
it.
this stupid movie.
I'm catching all of it.
Turn it off, man.
And you drank an apple juice?
Come
What are
on.
you, 3? You peed the bed when you're 3? You're peeing the bed tonight.
And that's on you, man.
That's on
I can
you.
only do so much. You know how much I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm keeping the blood pumping. That's all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
That's all the time. There's no power outages here.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Power outage, you're dead.
Yes.
I got to keep all of that going.
All right. And you know how we run? Being a pussy. Stay on the ground.
There it is.
Don't run. Go on walks. What's this running shit?
Dude, if it's over 95, day off.
Yeah.
We don't do heat.
No.
Nuh-uh.
No. Triathlon, it was a hard no, and I broke. And I'm like, fine. Triathlon. Ultra triathlon, where you do back to back.
I'll kill you, dude. I'll kill us.
Kill us. You know what? I'm having suicidal thoughts now, dude. I'm gonna shut this shit the fuck down, dude, with some intrusive ass thoughts.
Yeah, let's see you bike ride and then swim while you're cutting yourself, you idiot.
That is funny. The
brain.
brain shutting shit
The brain
down.
shutting shit
You're like,
down.
dude, I'm killing us, man. enjoy your fucking Tour de France with no purpose. You're on the path. You've trained your whole life, but you're like, is this all? Is this all I have?
Now we're doing steroids? Why?
Yeah, right.
You think this is going to help?
You want to do steroids? I'm taking one of your balls, dude.
Fine. I'm going to make you angry as... You're going to be unlovable.
You're a dickhead.
No one likes you.
You're gonna be absolutely cut,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna be a cool cut.
What costs, man?
It's a
and when
skinny
you're going
cut.
to age weird.
I'm trying to warn you about all of this, dude. I've done it a million times.
You're going to sleep with another woman? Guess what? Your dick ain't working, man.
Yeah. Nice try, man.
And this isn't like a problematic thing. It's just, it's gross at this point, and I can't be here for it.
Right.
So, shut
I'm
it
out.
down.
I'm out.
Try the blue pill. Let's see what happens,
Yeah.
man.
I remember watching Free Solo right when I turned it on. The back of my brain was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Why do that? Why do that? I worked hard to help you invent fucking ropes and carabiners, and you're just like, nah, I'm going back to the old school. They didn't even do this back then.
Dude, you haven't even seen 99.9% of the ground. You know what I mean? There's so much ground. You've been out of the country twice.
Yeah.
And you're going up? Fuck that.
You guys are going up and deep sea diving down. Both not for you.
Dude, go check out Virginia.
You ever seen Delaware? People shit on Delaware. Delaware's not, it's fine.
Tell you what, there's some good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit, they got a bumping culinary scene now.
Tell you what, they don't have death.
Yeah.
Wait, Detroit?
No.
You know what? That was a bad.
That was a bad
Anyways,
one.
just wear the carabiner.
We're the carabiner, man. Brains are out there fighting for their lives. They got guys in the South like shooting a refrigerator filled with propane in the woods. You know, they're like, dude, don't you kind of get a feeling like, nah? Don't you?
I'm tingling
Like
you up. Like I'm
shrapnel's coming.
throwing things at you.
That feeling in your gut?
Yeah,
That's me, actually.
I'm giving you gout. We're going to see if that'll keep you home.
Yeah. I have to keep you racist because you're so wrong about this that it just has to track now. I need you wrong about a lot of shit.
No one can trust your judgment. I can't allow it to keep the rest of us alive.
Yeah. Yeah, the brain is... Listen to your brain. Listen to your goddamn brain.
No, you know what? Listen to your heart. If it tells you to climb that mountain without ropes, get up there, bud.
Yeah, practice with finger pull-ups. Like your brain is telling you at this point. The brain's like... It's like when you give your input 3 or 4 times and the group is just like, nah. That's the brain with like these extreme athletes where it's like, yeah, now let's just do regular pull-ups. You know what? Fine. Finger pull-ups every day. Every day finger pull-ups.
It's like you're the person at trivia night who knows the answer.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, we're going to go with Guam. I'm
Yeah,
like, all right.
fine.
Guam? It's
Fine.
the capital of Florida's Guam? Who are you? Why am I friends with you?
Yeah, yeah. Take it away, team. Take it away. You got the rest of the answers.
Can I get my own sheet? Team name, team of 1.
Yeah.
Tallahassee.
Yeah. Correct team. How about that?
Yeah.
How about the correct part of our team?
Yeah. I'm going to close out my part of the tab and just take off.
Yeah, it was just a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Let's not talk too much about it. Do you know what? You know what happens on dates that is like kind of a weird thing? I feel like
On dates?
yeah, like if you're on a date, and I
Okay.
feel like this is me with anyone I'm with. Mm-hmm. You're at a restaurant. Doesn't have to be super nice. Anywhere
But
from
it's a sit-down
moderately nice
place.
to super nice.
Yeah, it's not a Chili's, but it's not the slanted door.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
No.
I'm
just setting the scene.
You're helping. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Am I supposed to know?
No, just the way you started with this restaurant. I'm
no.
Are you in my brain?
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, you are. You are helping.
I was like,
Slanted door.
we've never had a... Yeah. Nice.
That's a...
You said somewhere in between.
Yeah, it's just it's a reference to a restaurant that... Do a lot of people know what the slanted door is?
I think they don't need to. They just know the diction of it. It sounds nice. The way I inflected.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to say
Slanted
somewhere
door.
special? Like,
No, it doesn't have to be a household name. Honestly, there's a
That's
type
what I'm
of
saying.
restaurant out there.
If I say in between a Chili's and then a name you've never heard of, you know that one's fancy. You know the Chili's isn't. Find the middle. Tell your goddamn story.
The middle could be just two words and the ampersand in between, and it sounds right in that whole genre. You know, barley and stone.
Yep, I could have made it up.
You know?
Slanted door's closed even.
Barley and wheat.
Mm-hmm.
Barley and farley.
Now Barley and Farley sounds like a pet
Too silly.
store.
You're right. And I got to dial it back a little bit. The ampersand isn't limitless. Okay, so you're at a restaurant. You're on a date.
First date? What are we at?
Not necessarily a date, but you're sitting with someone that you're not fully comfortable with.
Got it.
You know, so it could be a business colleague or something.
Okay. Let's make it a date.
You eat. Food's good.
Food's good.
They clear the plates. You're crumbed up. Your side of the table, just a fucking war zone. Mm-hmm. Why? That's the most humiliating part of it.
Well, the most humiliating part is if you're at the fancy restaurant and the guy comes by with the crumb scraper.
That little thing.
He just does it all.
And he's going
and
to work.
He makes just a pyramid of crumbs. And you're like, I had fish. How? And it was greens and fish.
It wasn't really battered.
It wasn't battered fish.
It wasn't crispy at all.
And then you start checking your dandruff.
Right.
I'm like, no, still bald.
I'm like, is my shirt covered in... All right.
Okay.
Was this a used table? And I just wasn't paying attention?
I mean, the conversation must have been great because I don't know how any of this happened.
Yeah. Well, it's fine if you're both messy because then you're like, we're a couple of slobs. Mm-hmm. But one person
it's
clean,
just you.
And you know they're not going to sit silent, these clean pricks out there. I hate clean people like this. Because you know what they do? It's also skinny people. They go, whoa, I'm fat. And you're like, I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. So it's like the clean person being like, whoa, dude, is that rubble? And you're like, yeah, man, it's rubble.
See, I don't have, if someone were to call me out, I don't think I'd be like, yeah, man, this is a good meal. I went in, I did it my way. I might sing it. I did it my way.
Okay.
A little bit.
So you have a perfectly normal reaction to this situation. I go, you know what? It was a good meal.
There's some crumbs left over.
I've had a few.
Yeah, man, fuck it. You're going to make crumbs, dude.
Yeah. I mean, if there's bread at the table, I'm crumbed up. But yeah, when you got a weird dish, you're like, mac and cheese. There's a slight bread crust.
Yeah,
bread
but
crumb
I don't
crust.
know how that happened.
Yeah, this one's on. I go, you know
You're
what?
looking at the ceiling. There's got to be.
Is it an asbestos situation?
No, it's
Are they
pretty-
doing construction upstairs?
Pretty clean.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I'll look at the dessert menu.
I'll have baklava.
Yeah.
Something, just a croissant.
Why don't you keep the crumb scraper close?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me just, you know what? Brought my own. A croissant. I am not leaving a clean table if I'm eating a
No.
If the table's clean and I ate a croissant, I ate a bad croissant.
I feel bad for people that order their meal, like especially on a first date. They don't want to get something messy.
Yeah.
They don't want to get something stinky breath.
Yes.
You know?
No onion, no garlic.
Yeah, I'm not out there buying ribs on a first date. But
Right.
like for the most part, I'm buying whatever I feel like in the moment. And that makes me sad.
Yeah.
When people are like, it was a first date. I couldn't get the garlic fries.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Dude's making out with you if you want. You know what I mean? The garlic ain't holding him back.
I never was that person. I probably should have been a few times. You know? I'm
Fair.
like, ooh, garlic
Yeah.
cheesy bomb.
Ooh.
So was it a full bomb?
Can they double bomb? Is there an upcharge? Fine.
how high-
You like looking at her like, I don't mind the upcharge. Double bomb.
I slide him 20 and I go double the bomb. I've never eaten there. I don't know what a bomb is. I just know I want two of it.
I know it's a lot of garlic. Get it in me.
Friggin' obliterate me. And whatever she's having.
Double bomb, baby. If
Yeah.
you want.
You can double bomb me. It's just gonna. Is it okay if I eat it all? That's usually a line I say on dates. Is it okay if I eat it all?
Yeah, don't see why not.
Yeah, because you'll have a thing.
You'll
Right?
have your own thing.
I'm also not bothered when people pick at my thing. That's like a couple thing. They get
Yeah.
mad.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's some.
Yeah, because I know that in the long run, I'm investing for later.
Right.
That in the long
Again,
run,
you're not exerting any more than you're gonna
I'm
need.
eating 60% of our meals. You know what I mean? It's never. I know how fast I eat and how fast you probably eat.
Right.
And I'm just saying, I would love to invest a few fries.
Yes.
And maybe I get some of those prosciutto Brussels sprouts later.
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. Another like restaurant one. It's a weird one that I didn't know existed until I was a busboy. But I grabbed a guy's plate. He was on a date, and he went. I said, and he was clearly his plate was scraped clean. I was like, "You all done here?" And he goes, "Let the lady finish."
Oh, I hate that shit.
Have you heard of this?
I mean, yeah, it's so stupid.
I mean, I guess it makes sense of like you don't feel rushed if.
I know. It's like the symmetry of it. They don't want them to feel rushed because your plate's out of the way.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, then you should have thought of that.
Yeah.
You should have paced your meal better.
Right.
Because it's no different you sitting in front of an empty plate.
I know, it's weird. But then there's the other extreme where you got people who are stacking. I'm finishing my empty plate. I'm sliding it under Elizabeth, who's still eating. I'm like, let's get it closer to you.
Yeah, I stack plates. Not when someone's still eating. I wait till they're done and then I stack. Because that's just courteous. It's easy
Yeah.
to get it out of there. But I'm also eating, I'm eating at Barney's Beanery. I'm not going to the slanted door.
Yeah, right.
You know?
We all know the slanted door.
Everyone knows the slanted door.
I feel like anyone driving, listening to the podcast is like, whew, I got to pull over for a second. The slanted door. Ah, damn. God damn, took my wife to a nice place. You don't need your mic for a while. That's okay. Took my wife to a nice place. We went to the slanted doors, the anniversary. And we met at the slanted door. We were both eating. You kicking my camera now?
That was on accident.
Torio, are you walking away because it's over?
Yeah, I'm walking away. I feel like you're going on this whole tangent.
The slanted door was a tiny...
finish.
No, sit. You have to sit, dude. We don't pay you. We don't pay you.
All right. Well, we are done.
Yeah.
So
There was
nice.
one more restaurant thing I was trying to think of that they do. I remember what I was going to say. Eating messy is something I do, but these TikToks and these Instagrams are too messy. It's pissing me off. You'll see like a chicken sandwich with a dip sauce, and they dip so that all the sauce overflows out of the cup. I'm
but
like,
you got to do it.
why?
Well,
Why?
It's like the same thing when you like watch like a Carl's Jr. commercial and you put the fry and the ketchup in the everywhere.
No.
Yeah, it's visually
No.
appealing.
That's
You
okay,
would never do it in real life.
But the Carl's Jr. one's happening like in a Fast and the Furious garage. It's dripping rain. There's like a Mustang behind it for no reason. Like
this is just.
that's
I
not
wish
reality.
Joe was here so he could tell you that's movie making, baby.
But it's not movie. It's someone holding a camera
know.
at their table.
I know.
I'm just the busboy in the back watching it overflow. It's like,
We're not getting you another one.
I'm like, dude,
You don't get another ranch.
you get
Sorry.
one ranch.
Yeah.
That's what you chose to do with it. That is not my fault.
Yeah, fine, upcharge, and not just 50 cents. It's like a lot for you because of just the attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just worry there's some kid growing up, the idiot kid, who's only experiencing fast food this way. And he goes on a date. He's like, so do you come to this hot chicken place a lot? And he like dips his whole arm in the honey. And he's like, first bite, that's how you got to do it, right?
And she looks at him like this, and then she's just like, yeah. And she does it too, because that's the generation we're making.
Right. And she goes, well, you want to split the sandwich? Sure. And she cuts it in half, and she opens the half to you and squeezes it. And it's like, all right, you're tripping all over the place.
Be like, why are you filming it? Why are you not?
And she goes, wow. You see the big mouth chick? She's everywhere in my Instagram now.
No, we have very different algorithms.
She just takes food. She just goes to restaurants. She
How big's her
somehow
mouth?
leveraged a career into having a medically like an anomaly of
Like
a
a
mouth.
snake, she just detaches her jaw.
Her jaw looks like her. It goes out
Good
too.
for her.
She's got muscles in her cheek, but she just goes, "I'm trying the new bubble." But she's leveraged a career. She's
Yeah,
got like a
good.
foot long sandwich, and she holds it, and she kind of like fits the end of it in.
Leverages a career. I mean, it seems that implies that she shouldn't have. I think it's great.
It's a miracle, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like I remember,
I would subscribe to that OnlyFans.
When
Not in a sex way. I want to see some weird shit get consumed.
right, eating.
Yes, it's
Which
got to be
still, if you're a guy, it still feels like it's going back to a sex way.
sure. It always kind of does.
Your brain in the back, it's like, yeah, we're going to a sex way.
I mean, we might not masturbate to this, but we're gonna be masturbating soon. I'll tell you what.
It's going in there.
Yeah.